back to 843 TV, and I'm at the TCL campus here at Beaufort, Cybersecurity. And as we continue to talk about the enrollment here at the college, I want to introduce you to Jillian Kirkland, who is the Director of Financial Aid. And off camera, we talked a little bit about you were in registrar for the last 6 years, and so you've just sort of continued to grow in your positions here. And you've seen a lot of change.
Yes, a lot of change, very quickly, a lot of good change.
A lot of good change.
Yes.
So tell us a little bit about the change.
So the changes we've seen, I mean, obviously TCL has grown over the last 6 years that I've been here. We've added several new programs. We've added a new campus with our Culinary Institute of the South. COVID was a little bit of a transition for us, just like everybody else. And it took us a couple of semesters to get back to full swing of things. But now, it seems like we're past that hump and things are back to normal, and we're just growing again. So it's been a lot of good positive change for us.
It has been a lot of good positive. As 843, we've had a chance to interview a lot of the people who are part of this team, and it is always a wonderful thing. Yeah. So we're talking about financial aid. In our first two conversations or interviews, we talked about financial aid. That seems to be the number one concern for students to attend school,
Always.
Correct?
Yes.
So let's talk about that as the Director of Financial Aid. What's the first thing that somebody wants to, if they come to campus, what would you tell them?
So the first step for any student who is interested in pursuing their college education is to complete the FAFSA, which is the free application of federal student aid. It can be a daunting process for students and their parents because it does get kind of into the nitty-gritty of taxes and income and things like that, and students and parents are very taken aback. They're very intimidated by that process. So the biggest thing that my department likes to talk to our students about and to our parents about is, it doesn't have to be scary. We're here, we're fully staffed, we have a team of great financial aid counselors who are here every step of the way to help students and parents kind of make that transition and get through that really scary process of completing their FAFSA. So.
Yeah, it's a long form.
It's
very detailed, very small, and it's so easy to make a mistake. And then when you make the mistake, you get kicked back, correct? This is what I've been told.
Yes.
And then you got to go, oh no, here we go again.
Yeah.
So number one, don't get frustrated, right?
Exactly.
Just take a pause and go back and call, because when you have somebody who knows, like your taxes, when he understands all the different line items and how to, because there's sometimes you just don't understand what it means.
Right.
And don't waste your time trying to figure it out. Call and get the help. That's the number one. All right, what else was on the mind of the students?
So obviously, as my colleagues have already mentioned, students they're interested in how they're going to pay for their education. And here in South Carolina, students are very, very lucky that we have the South Carolina Lottery Tuition Assistance Program. So on top of federal aid such as Pell and some SCOG, which is just basically a needs-based federal grant, we also have the lottery tuition program here in South Carolina that does help come in and kind of supplement some of that cost and cover the additional cost. And then we have other programs here in South Carolina. We have workforce scholarships and grant programs that help cover the costs for students going into healthcare, technology-based programs, construction, and different trade programs. So those packages put together, it mitigates a lot of the costs for the students. So South Carolina students and residents are very lucky to have those programs here.
We're talking, it's almost really dropping it down to almost nominal type of cost. I'm just like,
Yes.
Is there a number that you can share with us? Like what's an average cost for going to school?
Average cost for going to school, I mean, it does depend on the needs and personal situations and programs and classes and things like that. But most of the time, most of our students can come for just the cost of their books. If they're full Pell eligible, or if they're in certain programs that are covered by our workforce scholarships and grants, then those book costs will be covered as well. But for the majority of our students, they come for just the cost of their books.
Oh, that's amazing. Yeah. That is really, really nice to know, because that could help out a lot.
Yes.
So we have a certificate program. We have a 2-year degree program.
Yes.
Is there anything else?
We have diploma programs too.
And what is the diploma?
So the diploma program, the certificate program is a short-term program. So you're looking at anywhere from 18 to 30 hours for a certificate. Our diploma programs are a little longer. We have a 50-hour cosmetology diploma program. And then your 2-year degrees, you're getting into 60, 65 credit hours. So it has to do with the number of credit hours that are attached to those credentials.
Well, thank you. What wonderful information. Thank you for sharing with us.
You're welcome. Thank you.
And we will be right back with more 843 TV.